Welcome to our Tower Garden informational workshop. We're so glad you're here. We want to be very respectful of your time, so let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to show a couple of videos that demonstrate what tower gardens are, how they're using aeroponic technology, why folks love tower gardening. We're going to share some tower garden stories and how much fun it is to grow your own healthy food. My name is Bobbi Kuhlman. I love to garden. I love to be outside. I love to eat things that I've grown. And I always want to get my daughter involved in tower gardening. However, I live in the panhandle of Nebraska, and our growing season is very, very short. I usually spend every spring planting things inside and then transplanting them outside. And if we don't get an early freeze, we're lucky. And then I spend the fall covering things up. And I just thought to myself, I wish I could have my own big greenhouse. I wish I could do this all without all of this to make it so much easier. And then one day I was invited to a Facebook event and I saw a tower garden and I immediately fell in love and I wanted a whole bunch of them. So now I have two. I'm going to have a whole bunch more someday. That's my dream. But I've been tower gardening for 2 years now, indoors and outdoors. My 6-year-old daughter has been helping me. She loves it. My favorite thing right now with my daughter is we plant the kale seeds in the rock wool. We put them in the tower garden. We watch them grow. She helps me put in the tower garden solution in the water. And then when they grow, she'll pick a piece off and she'll run around the house and she'll go, I love kale. It's my favorite. And then she eats the kale as if it was a carrot or a banana or a lollipop. And I absolutely love that. Now we are able to garden year round. We are able to grow our own fresh food. My daughter is involved. I had a really cute picture of her helping me put it together. I was going to show you, but it's not working. So that makes me a little sad, but it's a wonderful picture. And we just love tower gardens. So we are sharing them with everybody. I think a tower garden should be in every home, in every school, in all the nursing homes, just wherever you can find a spot for one, so that fresh, healthy food is available for literally everyone. So this is just a quick video about a tower garden, and then I'm going to turn it over to Julie to share her story.
Sorry, 1 second. Little premature there. Go ahead, Julie.
Okay. Well, you saw a few of the wonderful, wonderful greens and people picking their plants right there. I just love those pictures. So my name's Julie Nichols, and I'm really happy to be here to be able to share what the Tower Garden has meant to me and how I got started with it. Sheila and I went to school together, and I hadn't seen her since we got out of school, and we're not going to talk about how many years that was. But we were connecting on Facebook. It's one of the things I love about Facebook. And one day Sheila was just like those people that we just saw in those videos, where she was showing her handful of lettuces, greens that she was ready to have for her salad for lunch. And I thought, oh my, I'm very interested in that. I'll tell you, the first thing that came to my mind is I love tomatoes. I love summer tomatoes, that rich tomatoey flavor, not winter tomatoes that you get from the store that have that nice plasticky flavor. So I was thinking, oh, this would be great. I'm in Colorado, so like Bobbi, our growing season is short. I'm also a teacher, so I never really got around to doing a garden until after school was out in May. So I had such a short time, but boy, this could be inside and I could have tomatoes all year long that had that good, rich flavor. So I asked Sheila about it and she started sharing some information about the towers. They just looked amazing to me. And I saw more posts from her. And I finally said to my husband, I really want one of these for my birthday. So he said, okay. I contacted Sheila. She was so helpful in working through with me to get the garden ordered. It came amazingly fast. They say 7 to 14 days, I think, and I had mine within that first week. Couldn't wait for those little plants to sprout so that I could put them in the garden. And on July 31st of this last summer, my grandson helped me put them in, and we have pictures showing the little sprouts in our garden. Jake says hug your garden every day, which is a great way to make sure that everything's going well. But she didn't have to tell me twice because every morning I wanted to get out there first thing in the morning and see the growth. I was raised on a farm. We had gardens all the time, but I don't remember the plants growing so quickly. With the hydroponic combined with the aeroponic, they do grow more quickly. So every morning I would go out and say, oh my goodness, they've doubled in size. Look at what I have now. And I can't tell you how excited I was when I started seeing flowers on my zucchini and my cucumbers and my tomatoes that I've waited so long for. They're awesome. I can't even describe the flavor. I love taking a handful of little cherry tomatoes and eating them like candy. Um, I love picking the greens fresh off the tower. I've never been a fan of kale, but this kale is so flavorful. I like to just go pick a couple sprigs when I'm feeling like I want something a little crunchy. Instead of grabbing chips now, I just grab a couple sprigs of kale. They give me the crunchiness, they give me the flavor, and I love it. So you can imagine what an overall help that's been to my health to be eating healthy snacks instead of the junk food. After getting started with the tower, I looked into the rest of the Juice Plus products and I added them to my daily routine. I was pleased with myself for getting more healthy, for focusing on that. And I wanted to do everything I could. And it just made so much sense to me to get the fresh fruits and vegetables in those capsules rather than any kind of vitamin that had other things added to it. So I started in with that. I've seen a change in my skin tone, especially my fingernails are much stronger. I'm not as foggy in the mornings. Excuse me, I'm froggy right now, but not as foggy in the mornings. And I had for a long time that, oh, I just don't want to get up. I don't want to do anything feeling. I don't have that. I'm a snoozer. I hit my snooze on my alarm and I hit my snooze and I hit my snooze. Now my alarm goes off and I hit the snooze and I lay there thinking, okay, it's going to go off again shortly. Okay, really, that 9-minute snooze will be here. I wind up getting up before it even goes off again because I'm awake, I'm alert, and I just as well get up and get my day started. And I know that's because of the change in my overall health, just making me more awake, more energetic, all those kinds of things. So I really love the fact that I was able to get the Tower Garden and add it to my life. And now to have all the other products working with me as well. But also it brought me here where I can share with others and help them understand and know about all these wonderful things that you can get through Juice Plus that just makes such a change in your life. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. And we're going to watch a video here. So tower gardening is so simple. There's no dirt, no weeds, no harmful pesticides, very low maintenance, and a whole lot of fun. Here's another quick video showing real people growing real food and having so much fun doing it. And then Sheila will share with you more about her story.
My tower garden, I absolutely love. Right away, I was like, what is this? I'm not a gardener, I was a bit skeptical, but I ordered a tower garden, I planted it. I was simply amazed that 3 weeks later, you're eating off this thing.
Well, I teach my kids about nutrition through the tower garden. They love to see it grow. They actually harvest from it every day.
I think the greatest thing is seeing my little ones go out and actually eat different lettuces and things that they normally wouldn't just pick off and eat, and telling me how good it is.
We can grow so many different colors on our tower garden. I've been astounded at the variety. And what's fantastic is when we grow it on the tower, everybody wants to eat it.
We're all struggling to eat more fruits and vegetables, and we know that the fruits and vegetables that we get in the stores just aren't the same quality as what we can get on our towers.
It's a lot of fun to have a tower garden and actually just go cut off your own salad and eat it. And this one step is a fantastic bridge to getting excited about getting healthier.
Well, I have 2 tower gardens because I have a big family.
We have 2 of them, and we have grown indoors 3 solid years in Alaska.
I have 3 tower gardens, and it's been amazing to see it grow.
I have 4 tower gardens. The tower garden has basically replaced the farmer's market.
Tower Garden and the Juice Plus products work perfectly for helping people get on the road to better health.
Juice Plus has really changed my life. That's my, what is that, testimonial? That's my testimonial.
Good morning. My name is Sheila Weber, and I was never a really good green thumb, but I loved being outside. But I never had the time that I wanted or needed to actually have a garden. Even when I did have a garden, it would either overgrow so much with weeds I couldn't even see the plants. It died because I didn't keep the water on right or give it enough water. Or there's so many hailstorms that are in this area that when a hailstorm would tear through, it would completely destroy my garden in just within minutes. It was so discouraging that putting in so many hours into my garden just in minutes to have it destroyed by either the weather or my own neglect. So I was really thrilled when a friend told me about the tower garden. I eagerly waited for it to come in, and I set it up the first day that I got it. I was so excited about it. Within a few weeks, I had so many wonderful plants growing. I had cucumbers, tomatoes, spinach, broccoli, and lettuces. And I no longer had to worry about having an overgrown garden with weeds, getting on my knees, getting those weeds off. I didn't have to worry about watering because the tower garden is on an automatic timer, so it waters itself. So I didn't have to worry about how much water it was going to get. It watered itself, and I could go on vacation and it was still going to get water, and I could come back to a beautiful garden and still have a salad that day. I also didn't have to worry about the hail anymore because my tower garden, I have it inside and outside. And when I know that there's storms, I'm a huge weather person anyway, but when I know that there's storms, all I have to do is roll it inside and my tower garden is safe. So I don't have to worry about the storms. I don't have to worry about winter because it comes inside with me and stays all winter long inside, and I get to eat off it all winter long too. So I was never very good at keeping the plants alive before, but now I can. This has been so simple and so easy. For a year and a half now that about a year, I guess, I've been harvesting so much of the produce and eating the things I never ever thought I would. Like I said, it's been so simple and so easy, and I am so grateful that I was introduced to this amazing product so that I can have this all year long. What is a tower garden? Basically, a tower garden is a vertical aeroponics gardening system. It uses the same technology that NASA uses. And the creator of the tower garden, Tim Blank, got his start in the gardens at the Disney Epcot Center. Aeroponics uses water and nutrients rather than dirt, Research has found the aeroponic systems grow plants 3 times faster and produce 30% greater yields on average. That means you'll be enjoying an abundant, nutritious harvest in just weeks after planting, or even earlier if you do the seedlings. So here's a quick video showing how fast tower gardens can grow and exactly how they work. And then we'll turn it over to Jake and have her tell her story.
Did we watch this one already? Bobbi, we watched this one already, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Hold on, I'm not sure how I got the wrong video here.
This is, you want the montage
Oh,
now.
there we go, there we go. Sorry, one moment. Technology's working, I'm not.
Tower Garden's state-of-the-art aeroponic vertical garden system uses both water and air to produce more colorful, better-tasting, and incredibly nutritious fruits, vegetables, and herbs. Tower Garden has a 20-gallon reservoir at its base that stores the Tower-tonic nutrient solution. Developed by experts in plant and human nutrition, Tower-tonic mineral blend enables superior plant growth and better nutrition from your Tower Garden produce. The process begins once the seedlings have been placed in your tower garden. Here they will be nourished with Tower-tonic nutrient solution. Inside the reservoir is a small, low-wattage submersible pump. The pump pushes the nutrient solution up through the tower to the top. From there, the nutrient solution drips through the central tower using a special device that evenly cascades the solution over the exposed plant roots. On the journey down the tower, the nutrient solution feeds the roots and becomes highly oxygenated as it cascades gently down the reservoir. This process is continuous, providing fresh oxygen, water, and nutrients to the roots of the plants. This patented aeroponic process enables food crops to grow faster than they would in soil, so they can be harvested more often. And it makes Tower Garden the healthier, easier, smarter way to grow your produce.
Well, Tower Garden is the perfect school gardening system, allowing you to grow plants indoors without dirt. Plus, with more than 30 lesson plans and learning materials, it's easy to integrate this vertical gardening into your curriculum. And it's just not just for the science classroom. Tower gardening helps with math, charting, literacy, health, and even art. We can ask Stephen Ritz, multi-award winning teacher and author and creator of the Green Bronx Machine. Mr. Ritz believes that students should not have to leave their community to learn, live, and earn in a better one. And so do we. So we're going to watch a really inspiring video about he and his students. Whoops, one second here.
Who wants to play? All right, you're it.
My name is Stephen Ritz, and I am CEO, Chief Eternal Optimist of Bronx County.
We're gonna actually grow our own lunch. We're going to grow our own food today. We're gonna go from seed to plate.
A tower garden is like this plant, but you don't need soil. And then the water comes up, and then it comes down and rain on the roots.
Adults think you can't farm in the South Bronx. Tell it to these kids. They're farming. For so many, food is the problem. Yet for all of us, food is a solution. We have some of the highest rates of juvenile diabetes and juvenile obesity in the nation. And we can change that. We absolutely have the power to change schools in this generation.
I think I still see the seed.
That happens, exactly.
You mean I can pass it around and they can see the seed
Absolutely.
in the plant?
My job is to teach kids how we can grow food. And I'm asking everyone to roll up their sleeves and get a little dirty and grow something greater.
He lets us plant stuff like salad, cucumbers, tomatoes.
My 4th and 5th graders came into a classroom with no windows to build a tower garden and literally turned it into a farm. And we talked about how healthy food builds healthy minds and healthy bodies, and where are we doing it? Right here in school.
So did everybody plant a seed?
Yeah!
The excitement and the joy that these little kids feel putting a seed in the ground and watching it blossom. OMG, as they say, this is their moment.
I think he cares about us a lot and he wants us to learn and have fun at the same time.
I'm not a farmer, but I'm planting seeds.
He always says, like, seeds are like people because they need love and they grow and grow and grow to be successful people.
To use 21st century technology to generate food and to create this beautiful thing to sit by that you can actually eat is game-changing. It's empowering. They're growing. The plants are growing, and they're responsible for it. And when they know they can grow their own, they really start changing the way they see their relationship to the world and their place in it.
Big one. You gonna eat it? I want it. Is it good? I love it. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go back and then we're gonna get some to eat now.
Doesn't that just make you smile? It makes me smile, that's for darn sure. Well, I've been helping expand students' minds with the tower. Whoops, I got the wrong one on here. I've been helping expand students' minds with the Tower Garden in schools, and it's pretty exciting. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Jake Durr. I've been tower gardening for about 7 years, and I have 5 tower gardens. I grow both inside and outside, and I love it. I love the freshness of the produce. I was not a produce eater until I started taking Juice Plus, which is the company, that's our flagship product. Everything that we do in Juice Plus is we help people to eat more plants. And so when I started eating Juice Plus, I started craving vegetables and started giving up the junky foods that I was eating. I didn't want to eat those anymore. And then when the Juice Plus company introduced the Tower Gardens little over 7 years ago, I got super excited about it. And I remember sitting at our conference and I was literally vibrating with excitement because I was just thinking, oh my God, schools need this, hospitals need this, care homes need this. Everywhere I could think of needs this. I mean, food pantries, individuals, people who are handicapped, they're no longer able to garden. Everybody can use being able to have greater control of their own produce, over their own food production. And I think that this past year has really shown us that with all of the empty shelves. And last year, in fact, people really started to see that they needed control over their food production. And so Tower Gardens were flying off the shelves. We sold out, and it's actually anticipated that we will sell out again. So I'm not here to try to push you to do anything, but if this is something that you're really interested in doing, I encourage you to think about it now rather than later, because it's going to take a while for those to get back in stock, and you can get one before they're sold out. And if they do get sold out, you can get in the queue before so that you can get yours sooner. But anyway, one of the things that I really love to do is help students get tower gardens in schools. So I'm going to just share just a little point that I put together that just demonstrates some of the produce, some of my friends who are tower gardeners, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about this. So currently, I have a group of FFA students who've gotten super excited about the possibilities of tower gardening. And they've been raising money for a tower farm where their plan is to have a tower farm at the school, and they're going to be selling their produce back to the school where they will be able to at least have fresh produce. in their lunches. And it's really interesting because when we've done some taste tests where I actually bought some fresh hydroponic, which that means that the roots are constantly in water and their nutrient solution, whereas ours is aeroponic. And as you saw, that the water just runs over top of the roots for a specific time, and then it stops. And so it gets more oxygen, and they're very oxygen rich roots. And anyway, so we did a little taste test, and it was really interesting because the hydroponic lettuce, the kids really didn't care for. It was kind of bitter. And then the one that we tasted right directly off the Tower Garden, we just harvested right there. Kids were really shocked by the difference in flavor. Now, I'll be honest, there were some kids that didn't like it. They just did not care for lettuce at all. But you know, how many kids don't like lettuce, right? But one thing that they did say was that it was sweeter than that in the grocery store. And there were some kids that were like, I don't even like lettuce, but I would eat this. And lettuce is just one of the many, many, many things that you can grow on a tower garden. And there are, oh my gosh, there are countless different kinds of lettuce. And so if you think about it, like just in your own grocery store, how many kinds of lettuce do you have? In mine, we live in a town of 4,000 people. We have 3 different kinds of lettuce, and none of them are nearly as flavorful as what I can get off of my tower gardens. And they're certainly not as fresh, nor are they as varied in different kinds. So this right here, I'm holding, this is a kale leaf that I had just picked. They were huge, really huge. So there's other students that they raise them. Well, we've got them in, oh gosh, anywhere from preschool, after school programs, tower farms. There's quite a few farms here in Nebraska now in schools where the students are, and it's typically through Future Farmers of America programs, where they're growing the produce. Some of them are doing it inside of their classrooms. Others are doing it in greenhouses. So it's just really exciting to see. I want to just talk about these strawberries for just a moment. I have a tower that's specific to strawberries, and oh my gosh, I don't know if you know anything about really fresh strawberries, but when you cut these open or bite into these, they are red all the way through, and they are super sweet. I don't pick mine until they're red ripe strawberries. If you pick them too early, I bought some strawberries recently, and from about here up was all white, and when you cut into it, it's white, and they're sour. They're not sweet at all. Well, my Tower Garden strawberries are super sweet. Here's some cool cucumbers, zucchini. I'm going to just tell you a little bit about this one here too. So this right here is a zucchini plant. You can see my Tower Garden growing back here. I planted this 2 weeks after I planted one, and I planted them from seedlings. I planted a seedling in the ground, and then I planted this one 2 weeks later. They were the same size, but this one lasted longer because the one that was in the soil got some kind of a squash bug, and it killed the plant. I don't even know that I got it. I can't remember for sure if I got anything off of that plant at all, but this one produced for, oh my gosh, a long time. Oh, and I love squash. So good for you. And then here are some of the herbs that I love to grow. This is mammoth basil. So it can get as large as your hand. This one here is another form of basil. This is called spicy bush basil. It's got a little bit of a spice to it, and it grows kind of like in an afro. And then this is, oh golly, we've got parsley and chives, and I think I can't see that very well. I think it's thyme or parsley, or not parsley, oregano. So if this has blown your mind as much as it did mine, and you're ready to get started, we're here to help. The first question that most people ask is, how much is a tower garden? And this is one of my favorite things about it. So depending on your needs, tower gardening starts at less than $2 a day. And so ask yourself, what can you buy at the grocery store in the produce section for $2? Not much. And I mean, if you buy anything organic, you might get maybe one organic apple, right? Now, obviously you can't grow apples in this because apples are a tree, but I mean, you just I eat a lot of basil. I can't buy basil for like less than $3, and I only get a little bit of basil. My tower gardens have more than paid for themselves in just how much I consume basil. I love basil, and I grew like, I think 12 different varieties last year. So, and it also depends on how much the cost of your tower garden will depend on what your needs are. Your tower garden can provide anywhere between 20 to 52 plants that you can harvest from daily. And when you grow what you eat, it pays for itself in what you save in your grocery bill. Most people take advantage of the interest-free 12-month installments and notice that their tower garden is paid for in full within the first year of growing. Tower gardens are designed, this is so cool, they're designed to outlive us. So minimal annual investments in seeds, mineral solution, growing medium, and replacement pump now and again will have you providing tower to table fresh produce for your family for many, 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 many years to come. And so just imagine what that could save you and the control that will give you over your own food supply. So, you know, whoever invited you to this event can answer any questions in that regard. But we just really want to thank you so much for joining us this morning. And we hope that you've gained some great inspiration from this, and that I wish this was smell-o-vision and we could have smelled all of those plants. I know that so many people, when they come in and they see my towers, they can't believe that lettuce has a scent, and they just smell so good. I actually had my husband build a sunroom onto my house so that I could bring all of my tower gardens in the summertime or in the wintertime. And that room just smells so amazing. And I love the soft trickle of water. It's so relaxing. And it's the lights that we have, they're LED. And when they're inside, it's like I don't have to have lights on in the house. You've got this really beautiful light. So anyway, we'll be happy to answer any questions for anybody, but for now I'm going to turn off the recording. And if you're listening to the recording and you've got questions, please get with the person that shared this with you, and hope that you decide to become a tower gardener and take control of your own produce. And I think you're going to absolutely love it. I know that I got addicted. I started out with 2 and now I have 5. So, and Bobbi started out with 1, she's got 2. So they become a little bit of addicting. And I think Bobbi wants to start a tower farm too, don't you, Bobbi? Yeah. So, all right. Thanks again for joining.